Hi everyone, I am Rebecca from ChemKnits and I'm here tonight to open the December 2018 KnitCrate and membership box and sock crate. I'm guessing this one's the KnitCrate box because it feels a little heftier, but guys, do you hear that? Sounds like there's something in my sock crate box. What could it be? Like, I really have no idea. I purposefully try to avoid spoilers so that way I could be truly surprised by what's inside and give like my true and honest opinion about the patterns and the yarns and if I'm excited or underwhelmed or whatever. If you guys are interested in KnitCrate, you can find my affiliate link in the video description and you can save 20% off your first month with the code ChemKnits20. KnitCrate does send me these kits for free to unbox, but all of the thoughts and opinions are my own. And KnitCrate now you can prepay for a 6 or 12-month membership with some additional savings, which makes a really great holiday gift. And if you order before the end of the month, so if you order anytime between now and December 31st, you will get the same kits that I'm going to be unboxing today. They might be a different colorway, but that's part of the surprise and fun, because even if you know what's going to be in there, you don't know exactly what color you're going to get. But I want to go with this one first because, oh, I could just be hearing the Inspirations magazine. Recently, they changed things up a little bit so that way everybody gets more patterns. But yeah, I was like, I wasn't expecting to hear it move around. I think these actually showed up yesterday, which was my birthday. The timing was kind of perfect, except for me doing an unboxing last night because I went out to dinner. And I don't think anyone wanted to see me do an unboxing after a few beverages. Ooh, I opened it the wrong way. Look at that. So I think that the theme of the month is like a, there is a present. Ah! It's an enamel. Well, I don't know about enamel, but it's a pin. It's a pin. You guys, it's a little, it's a nice little pin of the KnitCrate logo. How do they know? I'm obsessed with pins. Oh, it is like an enamel pin. It's like a metallic and enamel pin. Woohoo! I know. See, thing is, extras for the holiday season always feel like personal birthday gifts for me. But this is awesome. I might have to like start wearing that. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. So the sock crate is $19.95 a month, which includes shipping worldwide. International shipping is all included. And you get 100 grams of sock yarn. And this is Vitellana Ember Sport. 70% merino, 20% nylon, 10% silk. It's a sport weight yarn, which I think is one of the thickest yarns we've gotten with the sock crate. You absolutely can make socks with a sport weight yarn. So I'm actually a little excited to have something a little different. Let's take a look at the colorway. Da, da, da. You guys, self-striping. Oh yeah. Oh, that's self-striping. Or something. Now, I hope that this time we take advantage of it versus, remember the time when they had like the yarn that had like multiple like patches and they're like, cut the yarn in between the colors. And it was like, why'd you make this cool yarn? You could have done 2 semi-solids. So we'll see if, I mean, are they attached or are they minis? No, they look like they're attached. Okay, let me see the pattern because that will really define how I feel about it. All right, so here's the new Inspirations magazine. This is a couple months old, and so it used to be that you would get 1 sock pattern with the sock crate, and then with the KnitCrate membership you would get 1 knitting pattern and 1 crochet pattern. Well, now with the Inspirations magazine, if you are a member of either the KnitCrate membership kit or the Sock Crate, you get all of those patterns in one little magazine. And then if you get either the artisan crates, you get all the patterns from both of those kits in a second Inspirations magazine. And all of this is available for download, so you can download it directly to your Ravelry library. But you also get, oh, this is cool. But you also get the, like you have the hard copy. So the theme for this month is last minute magic, which I think that's a brilliant for the holidays, and shows why they sent a sport weight yarn. Our thick and quick chunky yarns in this month's membership crate guarantee that even the last minute additions to your list will get great gifts. That is perfect, honestly. I think that's a really interesting twist on a holiday kit. And to be honest, they gave a sneak peek of some of the inspiration last month, and I was like, is it going to be all red and green? Ooh, but this is nice. This says holiday, so it's sort of like a chartreuse or like mustardy green, and then there's a burgundy and a pink in this one. But this is the Sock Crate, so let's see what the patterns are. Oh wait, I don't want to spoil the KnitCrate membership. Let me kind of go. Okay, so this is called Holiday Candy. Oh, so the colorways, I think the one I have is called Deck the Heels. No, Honey and Jam. Wait, no, that's not the colorways. Huh? Yeah, I got the colorway Honey and Jam. I guess those aren't the colorways. Oh, sorry. There's Honey and Jam or Holly. And so the Holly one has, like, looks like a teal, a red, and a burgundy, which is also pretty. So it's full of self-striping fun. The skeins cycle through 4 bold colors, of, ending and starting with the same shade. 4 bold stripes. Okay, I'm confused. Oh man. Okay, so the skeins cycle through 4 bold stripes of color, ending and starting with the same shade. Wind them as individual balls and create your own color work, or work them from end to end in 2-row stripes for colorful projects. 3 colors, 4 stripes. But it looks like 5. No? Like I see 5. That's why I'm confused. Okay, well, let me take a closer look at the pattern. I mean, like, I understand, like, you can absolutely cut any yarn you want, but I think that if you are going to create a self-striping yarn, you should take advantage of that, and it should be something beautiful that you incorporate. I think that going to the trouble to dye a self-striping yarn and then reskein it, gorgeous skeining, by the way, but reskein it, to then cut it, let me see what the pattern has you do. But I'm a little nervous because I see a color on the heels and toes and cuff. So I'm nervous. Contrasting, main color, contrasting. Yeah. Yep, I think that the pattern, okay, I'm a little disappointed in this, and I think I'm going to have a conference call with them in January, and I might say something. I think that this is a really cool yarn. This is a really, really awesome yarn that, it said starting and ending on the same shade, which doesn't quite make sense. But I think that this is a really cool yarn, and you could do something really, really cool with it. I would like to see them do a self-striping yarn with a sock pattern that you could use as a self-striping yarn with a sock pattern. Or else I would like to see them just include some mini skeins, so that way I didn't have to worry about cutting them and separating them myself to do the project. That's just my opinion. I think that personally I would be inclined to use this for something else because I think the colors are great. Yeah, I think that it makes more work. If you're going to give a self-striping yarn, let us use a self-striping yarn. I don't know if it's the designers that they had, that they gave. See, I know that with the KnitCrate membership and the Sock Crate, they have the in-house dyers dye the yarn. And so I don't know if the designers are given the yarn or how they go about and do that. And I think that it's such a cool yarn and it's fun. And there's no reason why you have to use the pattern. I just wish that they could have provided a pattern that would have taken advantage of the character of the yarn versus treating this as mini skeins. I mean, give us mini skeins. I would love a mini skein set. I think that that would be really, really cool. And I think a lot of people would really enjoy a mini skein set. And then this type of pattern, which is a cool sock pattern. Like, this is cool. But give us some like mini skeins with like, or something for that. So that is just my opinion. And as I said, I think the yarn is great. I think the pattern is great. I think that them together, I mean, I know how much work it is to make a self-striping yarn. You either need to wind the minis and dye them separate. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So let's open up the KnitCrate though. Yeah. All right. Ooh. Ha! I have a second pin. You know what's funny? This reminds me a little bit of a yarn that I dyed. And I don't know if she's on, the person who I think has it. It was like a Dye Pop PS episode with like lavender and then with light gray and then I attempted to glaze it with lavender. This is sort of a denim blue and a blue gray. This is Vitalana Heathered Chunky, colorway Triple Luxe. It's 100% wool. It's chunky, 60 yards to 100 grams. But it's like heathered and beautiful. I wonder if this, so last month we got, I think it was I forget if it was sport or worsted weight yarn with stellina in it. And I went to Dyer Supplier that is associated with KnitCrate. It's their bare yarn shop. The ones that they like, the bare yarns that they make that end up being in a lot of their yarns. And I was bummed that I didn't see it in the shop because you don't see sport weight with stellina around a lot. Like I was trying to direct someone there too. But this base also looks one that would get me really excited. This is a single ply yarn. It's relatively high twist, but the heather, this like heathering in it, it's like it goes, it's almost barber pole because it like twists around. This is oh yes, my, although I don't think you guys can see the like hollow glitter in my nails. Someone requested I do a hollow yarn. I think I want to get some like hollow tinsel and try to spin that into some yarn at some point. But anyway, this is beautiful. And as for, it's hard to say. It looks like that we have some somewhat repeating, like the paler and darker sections, but it's a little hard for me to tell because it's very, very subtle. Let me put it on and let's take a closer look at these patterns. This is like perfect for a last minute project. So I love that theme and I'm really excited that there was a sport weight sock yarn. Ooh. So let's see. So here are some of the other colors, although I guess this also has the artisan crate yarns in there. But look at this green that you can get too. I mean, I like this color. This is a nice neutral that sometimes people ask if like they have yarns that come in like masculine colors. And I mean, my kid has like a pink hat. So I put my boys and stuff in pink all the time. But this is a color I think that is fairly neutral. So it's fairly neutral and a color that almost anyone would like. I love this green, but there's some people that don't like green. The color you get is always a surprise. All right, so the first pattern is called Breaks in the Lines. And this, it looks like a cowl. It's a cozy up in an oversized cowl. You need both skeins, and it looks like there's a black cherry version. And unfortunately, is there another picture somewhere? Unfortunately, the picture here doesn't really give you a good sense of the garment. I wish that, so what's a stitch pattern like? Oh, is it like so it's a textured, it's knit in alternating 1x1 ribbing to create a big stitch definition. Oh, okay. So it's like with different amounts. Okay, that would be like really cute. So this one is very beginner friendly. Someone asked me that too. And some of the patterns involve lace work. Sometimes there's cables involved. But in general, like, I don't think that the patterns are like advanced. I think an adventurous beginner would be okay with the KnitCrate membership kit. The Artisan Crate always comes with one beginner knitting pattern and one intermediate advanced knitting pattern. But this one has, and then this one comes with one knitting and one crochet. And so the snow bonnet, I mean, this I think is stunning. Oh yeah, Indy came over. This is stunning. It looks, I mean, it is a bonnet. I can't tell if there's like ear flap. I'm sure if you go onto the Ravelry, you'll probably get the pictures of these from more angles. So this also uses 2 skeins, and it looks like another colorway is this clementine color. Front post treble crochet. Okay, I think I'd be able to figure that out. Okay, so it is sort of like an ear flap, like bonnet, I guess. Oh. Okay, so here, and I got distracted by this because, I mean, I don't see this in advance, so I was reading. So, fun fact, if you are a member of the December 2017 KnitCrate membership, these yarns will also work for the patterns that were included in there. And so I think that's kind of cool. It's nice that they would include that little throwback in here. Okay, so they do link to some videos to help with some techniques. There's information about each of the designers, and sometimes there's coupons off their Ravelry stores. If you like the yarn and want more of it, you get a discount from the shop on Ravelry. Avoiding crafting crash. Unless you're a perfectionist when it comes to planning out and executing your holiday crafting list, it's likely that you've come in close proximity to what we like to call the crafting crash, that stressful period close to the holiday season. Skip the stress with some of our tips and tricks for avoiding the crash. Cute. And then we have a sneak peek for January. And it looks like we might get some of that coral color of the year. But it's looking like coral and blue and red and deep green. I mean, okay, so this is the palette for January. This is the palette for right now. They're fairly similar, but I'm curious to see what they will do with it. Let me see. When I'm on the phone, I have trouble seeing questions, but yeah, I mean, I think that, like, I'm very happy with the transition to the Inspirations magazine. I think it took them a little while to sort of like get it going and get it set up the way that they liked, but it's nice that everybody has access to all of those patterns. So because that way, if you have a yarn from a previous month, maybe it'll work for the pattern because you might like this one better than something in the previous month. And I think I did take for granted at one point that not everyone has access to necessarily a computer in their home or a printer, and so only having a digital copy of the patterns could actually be a hardship for some people. So having them having like a hard copy, but then also being able to download it into your Ravelry library is nice. I mean, the Ravelry library importing is my favorite aspect of this. I use, like when I'm searching for patterns, I will frequently toggle the in my library button, and all of like my back issues of Vogue Knitting, all of these inspirations, they're all like tagged as in my library, all of my books. And so not only am I searching like maybe patterns I've paid and downloaded, but I'm searching these books and stuff that I already own. And sometimes I find projects that like I have access to in my house already. And so I really, really like that. But yeah, I'm interested to know. I mean, some of you guys have been signed up for a while now, and some of you were signed up before I started doing these unboxings. What was February, my last one? It's almost been a year. I have a lot of yarn right now. But yeah, I would be interested to hear what you think about the variety and the colors. And I feel like there's a good mix of like subtle variegated semi-solids and then more wild variegated colors. And I like that there's a lot of variety in the yarn bases from month to month, and it's a surprise and you don't know what you're going to get. I think that that's great. I wish that they would, I want a pattern that would work with this. And I think maybe the problem with this is that they keep putting these self-striping ones into the sock crate. Maybe this needs to go in the KnitCrate membership, because imagine the like with 2 balls of this, you could like plan like some really, really cool, I mean, I know they like cowls, so there's a lot, but you could do some really kind of cool scarf kind of thing. There's a lot that could be done with this kind of striping pattern that would be really, really fun. And you could take advantage of the yarn and show the yarn off to its best potential. So yeah, but I think of all the yarns, I've now had 2 complaints, and they've both been with the self-striping ones. I mean, the other one that was a self-striping one was just, it was like, I forget the order, if it was dark green, then light green, then dark green. And so it was just like, you know, 1 big stripe and 2 smaller stripes on the end, which could be perfect for so many projects, but then they had you cut it. You would love for them to ask for preference colors. I think that, I mean, I know that people ideally would love to be able to get some color preference, but I think that the way that they do this is that they will package up all of, say, the sock crate boxes, and then they'll print out the labels and put them on. And so I think that if they were going to try to match customers and customers' color preferences with like the colors that are available that month, I think that what would happen is that it would end up adding a lot of cost. Because the thing about these kits, you're getting great yarn for an insane price. The KnitCrate membership kit is what, $25 a month, $24.99 a month. You get 200 grams of hand-dyed yarn, now 3 knitting patterns, but 2 that you can use the yarn, and that includes shipping. So I think for me, like, you know, I think that it's like you're paying basically like what, $5 for the shipping and $20 for the yarn. So like 10 each. Like it's just an insane, like I don't think I could buy a bare yarn like this for much less than $10, let alone, you know, something hand dyed. So I think that the value that you're getting is really, really great. I mean, ideally, like it would be great if some like kind of color preferences could like, it would be great, I think, if they could institute that. I think it would just add a level of complexity to the system that would probably be pretty hard to do. Not that I know what their warehouse stuff looks like, but one time I got a mistake box and there was only 1 skein of yarn instead of 2. And, you know, I wrote them just to like give them a heads up in case it happened to someone else. And I was like, you know, I don't need a replacement. But they sent me one anyway, and it was a different colorway. It was a full box of a different colorway. Probably because I get my hunch is that they may not know what color is in what box. which I mean, I think is also like kind of fun. I like thinking about these boxes of mystery colors in their warehouse. But I think their colors are great. Things vary from like neutral pastel to like neon. And yeah, then I think that they do a good job of mixing it up, because there have been some colorways that, oh, there was a gradient yarn once. They did one self-striping one in the KnitCrate, and there it took advantage of the colorway. I think I got the red. It was like 4 tones or something. That one was great. So, you know, I think that they're constantly listening to what people have to say, and I think that that's really, really great. But I think that in general, the yarn, if you go into the shop, like each skein of yarn retails for about as much as the box. So I think one of the big reasons why you're getting such a discount is because the color is a surprise. But I don't know, and that's certainly something that I could ask about. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, like $25 is like the perfect amount for a mystery. But again, I mean, KnitCrate is sending these to me for free so I can share. But I remember when I first met them, and I guess they've since changed hands, but I think it's been really just interesting. Hannah from KnitCrate said they develop patterns and colorways months in advance. So I'm wondering if they knew they were going to be on trend with the color of the year. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, yeah, oh, I'm sure that development starts happening for things well in advance. You've liked all but 2 colors you've received, but you could have traded with someone on Member Central. You decided to keep them and figured they'd grow on you, or you'd make something for someone else. Yeah. Yeah, one of the things I've liked is that, like with each month, like if I were to go and if I was going to go and pick, and it's what, there was like an orange, a red, and a green. If I was going and picking myself, I'd pick the green. I think every time I would choose a green, a purple, a blue, a bright blue, maybe a gray sometimes. Like those are my comfort colors. And I've been enjoying the fact that I've been getting colors sometimes that weren't necessarily my first choice. Sometimes definitely my first choice. But it's getting me to think outside of my color comfort zone, which helps me, I think, as a dyer and a fiber artist as well. Because again, like, I mean, hopefully you guys never get sick of Broken Violet, because I mean, that's my everything. But, you know, it's nice to try to think like, ooh, what would I make out of this color? Would I wear something red, or would I make that for someone else? And so I personally like that kind of challenge. Yeah, I think that I belonged to one fiber-based mystery club a long time ago, and sometimes there were some where the colors were not my favorite. This was a spinning club. The colors weren't my favorite, and so with those, I would go for something that I never tried, or something a little outside of my comfort zone for spinning, and I created some of my favorite yarns, even though initially looking at it, I was like, I don't know about that. So, yeah. I wish they had a hypoallergenic box for those that can't use wools and other animal fibers. Oh, that's a really good suggestion, Kayla. That's a really, really great suggestion. I'm not sure if they have done anything that isn't wool based, but yeah, I'll definitely try to bring that up with them and see if, I think that, certainly you think that they could, maybe it would be cool if they could do, maybe they wouldn't be able to do like a whole year series, but they could do like a mini, maybe they could do like a mini series or something. I don't know. I mean, I know that I'd love to see like some kind of mini skein something or other in some kit. And I mean, they're functionally using this as giving us mini skeins. It's just all wound together. And I mean, I guess like if this showed up and I had the 5 different mini skeins, I would be like, ooh, that's cool. And like, ooh, I like the way they mix those colors together. But seeing it as an intact yarn, I'm like, I don't want to cut it. That was a lot of work that went into making this. So, yeah. I think fading color minis would be a great idea. I know that one of the artisan crates one month, they had, I think the dyer created like 8 different colors. They were all like blue or gray based maybe. And so there were like 4 different kind of variations in the light side and like 4 different variations on the dark side. And everyone got 1 light and 1 dark for a fade. But because of all the different combinations, then there were so many different unique things that people got. And I've been hoping for something like that with the KnitCrate membership. I'm like, man, I'd love to receive 2 complementary but different skeins of yarn. I think that would be really, really fun. I mean, fades and everything are just so in right now that it would be really, really fun to see that. One other idea that I've had is they could do a Bear Yarn of the Month Club. They've got access to a lot of great yarn bases, and I know one of the things I like about the company is that if, for like the artisan crates, those feature a different indie dyer each month. KnitCrate will provide yarn support to the independent dyer and then pay them per skein. So the independent, and the KnitCrate pays for the shipping. So the independent dyer is paying for, you know, their water, electricity, dyes, and their time, but they're not having to invest in the yarn for this. And so I like that yarn support is there. What do you get for the regular membership? Okay, so for the regular membership box, and you get 2 skeins, 100 gram skeins of yarn. So you get 200 grams of yarn. You get the Inspirations magazine, which the KnitCrate membership and the Sock Crate are the same, have the same magazine. And so it now includes 3 patterns, 1 knitting pattern, 1 crochet pattern, and 1 sock pattern that may not work with the yarn for that crate, but this yarn will always work for either the knitting or the crochet pattern. Sometimes there's enough yarn to make 2 of one of the patterns that are in there. And sometimes there's been like a whole accessory set and stuff. But yeah, so it's $24.99 a month, and you get like a magazine, you get the 200 grams of yarn, and it's shipped worldwide, which I think is absolutely incredible. Now, granted, it's going to take longer to get to Australia than it would take to get to like me in Massachusetts or something. So if you're international, you might need to wait a little longer, but I think it's great. You were curious what I got. Yeah, so this is the one that I got. Yeah, I think that like it's a great service. And then this month, I'm assuming all of the boxes, at least I have no idea if the artisan crates have these as well, but it's a little pin, a little KnitCrate pin, which I think is just beautiful. Very, very beautiful and simple. Yours is supposed to arrive on the 17th. Yay! So, you know, as I said, if you sign up today, you will get the December crate. And you'll only be able to sign up if they have it in stock. They do now have wait lists. So if the December whichever crate sells out, you can join the wait list for the January crate. Because usually slots will open up on the 1st of the month, depending on like any cancellations they've had in the previous month. But if you sign up, say, on December 31st, you'll be charged on December 31st for the December crate. That'll be shipped. Then you'll be charged on January 1st for the January crate. So the normal like day everyone is charged is the 1st of the month. Yeah, and that's like the basics of the kits. The artisan crates are a little more expensive, and I don't remember off the top of my head what they are, but those ones I think tend to get sold out a little faster. I haven't tried those ones personally. I think that it would be fun, and I like that with this magazine, you now get a little bio about, you get a little bio about the designers of the patterns in here. And in the other one, you would get a little bio about the dyers too. And so I think that there's like a great synergy there. And I think is fun. And so this is just cute. These socks just perplex me. But yeah, I'm happy with the quality of this and stuff. And I know that, I don't know, I'm excited to chat with them and let them, I mean, I'm not sure if they watch all these videos, but I know I tell you guys what I think. And so it'll be fun to be able to tell them. You're thinking that you may have to buy that bonnet pattern. It is really, really cute. It is really, really cute. Yeah, and so you definitely can buy any of the patterns individually and things like that. There was the one month when they gave everybody the whole magazine with all the patterns from all the crates, which unfortunately made the boxes too heavy, so it caused shipping problems, because this has some good weight to it. But that month, I felt like the yarn base for like the Artisan Crate and the KnitCrate membership were the same. So it was like way more patterns you could use, which was really cool. I'm a little bummed that they had to split it in half, but I mean, we're still getting more patterns with either one than you did beforehand. So I think that, I mean, this is a really, really great gift, I think, for a knitter. Especially because it does make you think a little bit outside your comfort zone with yarn weights and things like that. And it's nice that there's a dedicated sock kit. So if what you do is primarily socks, you know you're always going to get a sock pattern or at least a sock yarn that then you can use for some kind of sock pattern. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. If there's anything, you know, when I talk to KnitCrate that maybe I should ask or let them know. I'm really excited to sort of chat. Yeah, I think that they really do take feedback seriously and have been working to, in the almost year that I've been unboxing these now, they've been working to improve their boxes, to, you know, to improve their packaging, to improve like the way that they're giving us the patterns. And it's nice that they're listening to what people want and are trying to improve that. So I think that it is great. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I know it's a Friday night, so I'm excited that there were so many of you who could join. I hope that everyone has a really, really fantastic weekend. And, okay, this isn't as anything to do with KnitCrate, but look at my, I got the biggest balloon ever. Oh my gosh, next to my head, it really does look huge. Yeah, I know that the Artisan crates come with like little extras in there, but I like a good pin. Oh, thank you. I mean, I try. Like, I wouldn't keep working with them if I did not think that it was a good product and a good value. And I think that with something like this, it's a mystery. There's no way everybody could love every single thing every month. And this month for me, this one is a knocked out of the park win. I love the theme. And this one is a missed opportunity. It's a very cool yarn. The pattern is cool, but this should have been combined with a different type of pattern. That's just my opinion. So, oh, thank you, thank you. All right, I think I'm gonna go watch some Jurassic Park. Yep, that's my big plan for today. Favorite movie ever. All right, and I think that sound means the kids are in bed, so I'm gonna head out. I hope that you guys all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye, everyone.